So, finish Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency Season 2. Now, here's the thing. If you watch Season 1 and you like that, you should love this one. But if you haven't watched Season 1, go watch that first. I recommend you see that. Jumping into Season 2 it's gonna blow your mind. You're not gonna be ready for it. And I'll explain why in a minute. And I also am a fan of Max Landis. If you've been on my channel or watched some videos, anything having to do with Max Landis, you'll realize I'm a fan. I follow the dude on social media. I like a lot of things that he's into. He's into comics, books, movies, television shows. He's into a lot of different things. Music. But he's a screenwriter, and he's directed before. He's directed at least once before. And he's showrunner on Season 1 of Dirk Gently and this season. Now, I'll explain why he's one of my favorite screenwriters out there. You know, for movies he did like Chronicle, American Ultra. He did this movie called Bright that's coming out with Will Smith. Lots of things. He's done a lot of things, but he's even written comics before, and he's unique to say the least. But I love the way he works because he is a person I feel like he was born to write stories, really. Anyway, to get into that later, Season 2. Season 2 picks up just being more crazy than the first season because it starts off and it's a narration of like a story narration, and you see this world you're in. You don't know where you're at. You see these fields, you see these trees, but it's this blue sky, and it's a damn train flying around in the sky. And then there's a quarter moon, which looks like a quarter moon, and it's big as hell. Like the moon's not too far from Earth, just a couple of 100 miles. And it's got a face on the moon and this big nose, and you're looking like, what the hell am I watching? Like, seriously, what kind of cartoon is this? Guy's getting chased. He has a sword. He's getting chased by other guys with swords. They're like knights or whatever. Guy has pink hair. I believe his name was Panto. That's what his name was. He's getting chased. He stops. They're like, we caught you now. Whatever. Sword fight breaks out. But something that's interesting about their swords, they're actually giant scissor swords. They're shaped like scissors. And they're fighting with them open and closed and everything. This thing starts off crazy. So I'm like, wait a second. We didn't leave off anything close to this in the first season. So what's going on? Well, let's just say this is a crazier ride than the first season was. But by the end of the show, the series, it all wraps up and makes sense. It makes sense. That's what Max Landis does so good. Now, I'm not going to give away too many spoilers in this. I might spoil some stuff just because I want to talk about some plot points. It's kind of hard to give a review without spoiling things. But I want people to experience this for themselves. I'm just going to dive into the characters. Now, you'll understand a lot of this if you've seen Season 1. But Samuel Barnett as Dirk Gently is terrific. Whoever picked him or cast him, fantastic. How he acts, I don't know if that's how the screenwriter wrote enough details down to the T so he can get how he's supposed to be acting, the direction of the director, or if this is his personal take on what he thinks Dirk Gently should be like. It's fantastic. And for Todd, who's played by Elijah Wood, to interact with a person like that in the first season and this season, it works so good. In the first season, Todd was a lot different. You know, he didn't want to accept anything. He just wanted to live a normal life. He wanted to make enough money to help his sister who has this disease, which he used to have, whatever. But he gets wrapped up in Dirk's world, and he helps Dirk. So halfway through Season 1, he realized, all right, Dirk's right. Everything's connected. Things make sense. But in this, he's already a believer of Dirk's ways. And he's with, what wasn't it, Farrah, who he has a crush on. She was from Season 1. The actress who plays her, I keep forgetting her name, but Farrah, I love Farrah so much. She is so gorgeous. I love her hair and all the style she had. Her beautiful chocolate dark mocha skin. She's so pretty. Oh my goodness. What a crush I have on that woman. But Todd, Farrah they're continuing where they left off in Season 1, which is knowing that everything's connected and weird things happen. And we have to find out. They're trying to find Dirk Gently, actually. They're trying to find him. He's missing. He's at Blackwing, which is an institution which was after him in the first season. And it's crazy because they have all these people with special abilities at Blackwing. So you get into Blackwing a lot more. And the funny thing about Blackwing is that who's in charge now was somebody who was just getting started out there, who was just like an enforcer. His name is Hugo. That guy is so stupid. He has like this much common sense, this much drive. The boy's driven. And sometimes that plays and helps him out. But most of the time it doesn't, because he has this much common sense. He's fantastic. Whatever the actor name is that plays Hugo is fantastic. I like him a lot. But returning characters like Bart, she's lost. She's trying to find her way back in life. I love Bart so much. I love this character. It's like, I don't know what it is about this character Bart, but I've never seen a character like this in television ever. I've never. And well, I've seen characters like this, but not played like this, you know. And she's still trying to figure out what she's supposed to do. Universe is telling her to kill people. She can't die because she's supposed to. She's like a tool, but she's trying to change that. She's not happy, and part of the reason is because her best friend Ken, her only friend ever, the first person she's never killed that she came across, is missing, and she feels empty. She feels lost. That character is just fantastic, but she plays a major role in this because she meets up with Pinto, who was come to Earth because there's a prophecy in the land that he's from, which is called Windemore or something like that. Windemore, yeah. And he's supposed to find Dirk Gently, because Dirk Gently is going to fulfill the prophecy and make happily ever after come to the world of Windemore. Windemore is crazy. There are these knights, and they have heads shaped like rooks. You know, the castle tower pieces. And that's their helmets, actually. It's not their heads. And there's this, what is he? He's a mage, plays by John Hannah. John Hannah, I like in almost everything he's in, ever since I've seen the Mummy movies with Brendan Fraser. And John Hannah, he's a mage from Windemore. He's in the real world. He's been here for some time. He lost his book and a wand, which this woman picked up, becomes his apprentice. But then sooner or later, she feels like Windemore should be hers. She's from Earth. She's a woman with a terrible husband, a loser of a son, just miserable in life, and she changes her looks and her body around, and she's drunk with power, so she's trying to take over Windemore, which is a place that's kind of getting messed up because Pinto's in a relationship with this other guy, and their families are bashing heads with each other. It's like Romeo and Juliet type of story. But what else is there? Some new people. Let me see. Mona, shapeshifter. Blackwing, she's shapeshifter there. There's a guy named Moloch. I think his name was Moloch. Old dude in a coma. They're saying he's supposed to be so powerful, but he's in a coma. He never does anything. They try to get Dirk to interact with him. Ken's at Blackwing too. They caught him. They think he has some special powers. No one's listening. He's going through hell. But then Ken has a change. Halfway through the season, he becomes something of an important person to Blackwing, and he's taken over. And he totally changed from what he was in the first season, and that's good to see because he's so different this time that I like the change. We get to see him play a different role. So everybody in the first season almost gets to play a different role either by the end of the first season, but in season 2 it's kind of switch up. They're the same person but just in different situations. It's almost like growth. Everybody goes through growth, and that's done so well in this. But the thing about Dirk Gently is it's already crazy. The first season's already crazy, bad, just crazy. This season's crazy and weird, even weirder than the first one. And everything with the elements of Windemore, because this is prophecy. And you have to find out, they're looking for this boy from like 50 years ago. His parents went missing. And supposedly he created Windemore. How did he create it? Have to watch the show and find out. But they're trying to fulfill a prophecy, and the mage is trying to stop the prophecy because what he sees isn't what he wants to happen. But then they have to find this boy. Then Dirk meets up with Todd and Farah, and they're going around. They meet this deputy and her sheriff, the sheriff and the deputy. I think the sheriff's name was Sherlock. I think it was Sherlock. Hobbs, I believe it was. And his deputy name is Tina. They're fantastic. Tina is just this free-spirited chick who's so bored. She wants action. And Hobbs he wants action too. Nothing ever happens in the town that they're in. So they're just like, look, man, we're trying to do something. But he's a believer. He believes Dirk. As soon as Dirk explains what he does for a living, he's like, yeah, everything's connected. And, you deal in the unexpected and the unexplainable. I'm down with you. They're just so bored. They're willing to do whatever. And that includes working with Dirk and company to figure out what's going on with people in the town that's showing up and missing people and dead people and people making reports of magic that they saw from this woman with a wand. It's so crazy. Everything I said probably makes no sense, and I'm glad because I want you to watch the season for yourself. I just have to say this is one of my favorite television shows on television, and it's something you don't have to take too serious because it doesn't take itself too serious. Now, it's not necessarily self-aware, although it might be at times, but it's just, if you don't know what that term means, look it up, like on YouTube, movies, television series, being self-aware. But it's just a fun, interesting ride. It makes you come back week after week to see what the heck happens, and it wraps up so nicely at the end. It really does. It's just like all that makes sense. How did he make sense? This comes from the mind of Max Landis. And if you know anything about the guy, just look up some of his YouTube videos, especially when he's talking about movie ideas that he has, movies that he can't pitch because it would be almost impossible to market it to the audience that really would appreciate it. It's crazy. But what I want to say about this is all these characters I just talked about, ones from season 1 and new ones in season 2, all of them are different. Every single character in this show is different, and all of them work good together no matter who they interact with. The story is built around to the point where everybody feels important or plays a important part in this show. But it's just season 1, 2, the Rowdy 3. I almost forgot to mention them. Amanda's with the Rowdy 3. She's one of their members, and they have to go get them. They're fantastic in this. They get more to do. They get more lines in this, so it's interesting to see more personality from them. They're basically vampire type of creatures that feed off of fear. You know, they eat your fear. They need people to experience fear so they can get it and live, basically. But it gives them other powers too that I can't explain. But this show is so different than anything I've ever seen, with so many characters, and all the characters work well together, and all the characters are different. It's like Lost. It really is. All those characters were different, but they're all on the island. Everybody has a purpose, and somebody who doesn't have a purpose, they become crucial either later on because they know some information, found out something, or saw something happen, and they can contribute and help. And this is just so many, but all these characters in Dirk Gently are just the characters you probably, a lot of original characters. That's what I want to say. And then if you've seen characters like this before, you haven't seen them in a story like this before. That's what I want to say. It's just so crazy. Please just watch it. Watch it. I give this 4.5 out of 5 stars because it's so original. I think I wrote the night of, which was last night, of the season finale, I wrote, do yourself a favor and watch something original and fun and entertaining. Something like that I wrote on Twitter. On my, but it was just, because that's what it is. It's original and it is fun. It's unexpected. It's entertaining. And it's just a wild hell of a ride. It really is. I suggest watching it. I went on long enough without telling you anything, but I just want to give my review, and I just want to say that this thing is, it's fun, it's funny, it's got action in it, it's got some great dialogue moments, character moments where the characters go through these arcs, and it's growth for the characters, and it's just so unexpected. And then by the end of it, you're still left like, all right, what's happening? He always leaves you hanging because characters are in different spots and you don't know what to expect or what they're going to encounter next. Can't wait for season 3. I know we're getting one. There's nothing like this on television. If we don't get a season 3, they're stupid. They're dumb. Because this thing is fantastic. I don't know what the ratings are, but the ratings are good enough to get a season 2. And if we get a season 3, I can't wait to see what Max Landis pulls out of his mind and gives us. This guy is, I hate to say it, genius. Now, the show isn't for everybody, so everybody might not like it. But I'm just going to tell you, if you like to watch something new that you've never seen before, where you can get invested in the characters, lots of characters, original, unique characters, watch Dirk Gently, Holistic Detective Agents. Agent or agency? Agency, I believe it is, whatever. But watch that show. Season 1, start there first, watch that. If you like it, right into season 2. Don't give it any time. This show is fantastic. Can't wait to see more of this. Anyway, that's my review. 4.5 stars out of 5, because that darn's damn near perfect. If it's your type of thing, you know what I'm saying? But it's got a lot in there. It's got some fantasy elements, some sci-fi, it's got comedy, it's got suspense. At some moments even, like a thriller. Not really, but suspense. Suspense is there. So please watch it. I need as many people to watch this as possible because I'm dying to see season 3 because I love these characters. Anyway, that's it. That's all I got to say. Let me know what you thought about it if you did see it. Leave some comments down there. Let's talk about it. Anything you think that they should do, what we should be expecting in season 3. And I heard some people say some stuff on Twitter that I didn't catch the first time around, so I might watch it again just to see if I catch it again. I really will. It was that good to me. Anyway, see you next time.